Hi, welcome back. In this video we will discuss how to read notes on the guitar. So from tablature, as we discussed prior, now we're going to take a look at musical notation. So as in your book, we have 5 lines that represent the staff of music that we notate sound. So from there, we'll take a look at ledger lines, which is extra lines for certain notes that will go lower and higher. And for the guitar, this is a very important fact because we have strings that will go lower in the staff, and then we have notes that will go above the staff. So with the notes that we'll be learning, we will need the ledger lines. Also, let's start by the open strings of the guitar, and as you can see in the book, what they look like in music. So the low E will have 3 extra lines below the staff. That's going to be our lowest note that we have on the guitar, other than alter tuning. The 5th string is going to sit right on a line and a line above it. As you can see in your book, we're slowly getting near the staff itself. Our D is going to sit right below the staff with no extra ledger lines. Our G is going to sit in the staff on the lower line. The B, which is the middle note on the treble clef, happens to be our 2nd string of the guitar. It's going to sit also in the middle line. And then our E, our open E, will sit on the space on the upper portion of the staff. So I like to continue to learning how to read notes on the guitar, but using our open strings first. So the next lesson that we will be working on is note values. So in your book, we will be discussing 3 different types of note values. Our first value will be the whole note. The whole note, which will have no stem, will be worth 4 counts, as you can see in your book. The note afterwards, we'll be looking at the half note, which will be worth 2 counts, and the quarter note, which will be worth 1 count. This will correspond to what we call a meter or time signature. That's also in your book. So it is a fraction with 2 numbers over each other. The top number will tell you how many beats there are in a bar line. So on the staff, once we put our lines in the staff, we are creating bars, which will help you understand time within the music itself. The lower number in the meter or time signature would tell you what type of note is getting that beat. So in our cases right now, the number 4 will always be on the lower fraction. So the quarter note will always get the beat. So from there, let's play an exercise looking at using only the bottom string of the guitar. So on this page, in your book, we're going to play this exercise using the open E string. So now we'll be playing the same exercise we did prior in video on the tablature, but now we have music notation. So in this exercise, we want to learn note values. So before we play anything, I would like just to clap through a couple of these exercises. So exercise 1, we have chord notes, half notes, and whole notes. I'll give us 4 free counts, and then we'll clap through the exercise. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's go through the same exercise, and I want to play just the open E and go back into position, playing just the bottom string, and then with the right hand get in position like last time as we discussed. Your thumb will be on the B string on the upper adjacent string, and I want to alternate these notes. So playing the same exercise in the note values. 1, 2, ready, go. Let's take a look at the next exercise. We have quarters, halves, and whole notes again. Let's clap through exercise number 2. I'll give you 4 free counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's play them. Remember to alternate your right hand fingerings, I and M. In placement, I'll give you 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, very nice. Let's do the third exercise. Again, let's clap through the note values and then we'll play. I'll give you 4 free counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, get in position, open string, open E string, bottom string of the guitar, and let's alternate. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful, very good. So the next exercise we'll do, now we're going to take our open strings of the guitar. Now we're going to play them in music notation. So now we'll play the same series of exercises or a similar series of exercises, but now we'll be reading notes. So on the next exercise we're in 4/4 time. These exercises are all in quarter notes. So as you can see, we're combining the fingerings P, I, and the M finger only for these, and we're starting with P on the 3rd string. So before we enter or start using the A finger, place your thumb on the 3rd string, which is the G string, and your index on the B string and your M on the E string. So now let's go and play through this exercise 1, and I'll give us 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. Exercise 2, starting with M this time, and I'll give us 4. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Third exercise. 1, 2, 3, go. Next exercise, starting with the M finger, I'll give us 4 again. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. So what we did here is using the bottom 3 strings of the guitar, using the G string, the B string, and the E string in notation. Remember, the thumb also can move. If we're playing the bottom portion of the strings and we're not using the A, the thumb can go down there as a appendage and still play the notes that we have wanting to play. So on the next exercise, we're in 3/4 time, which we have 3 beats per measure, and the 4 is on the bottom of the fraction of the time signature, which will indicate again a quarter note will receive 1 beat. Now we're going to play 2 notes at one time. So in music, when we play 2 notes at one time, the notes are stacked on top of one another in notation, meaning they will sound at the same time. So the fingerings, as you can see, we have the I and the M finger playing the B, the the second string, and the E, the first string, at the same time. The thumb is placed on the G string, and again, as you can see, we still have this nice curvature for the free stroke. We do not want to elongate our fingers. This way we can have that free stroke that we're wanting. So thumb goes down on the third string, we have a nice curve, and we're going to play two strings at one time. Now notice, usually your M finger is a little bit longer, so when we approach the technique of striking these strings and releasing these at the same time, your M finger has to compensate a little bit for the index being a shorter finger and releasing the string at the same time. We don't want to break it up into separate notes. Okay, let's do exercise number 1. We're starting with the thumb on the third string, the P, and we're in 3/4 time. So 1, 2, go. So the last chord we have in this exercise is a dotted half notes. So to recap what the dot will do when you add a dot to a note, I like to say the dot is worth half the value of a note that it's by. So if we have half notes and that's worth 2 counts, once you put a dot by a half note, the dot will increase the value of that note by 1/2. So if you add them together, we have a total of 3 beats, a dotted half note. And the last chord, it's stacked, the G, the B, and the E are stacked on top of one another for a full chord. So now we're striking all 3 bottom strings at the same time, releasing them simultaneously. So what we try to do at this, when we, as guitar players, to make each note sound and begin at the same time. So again, so they're not broken up. The more that we play chords, and this is called blocking, you'll get used of how to release each string so they sound as a chord. Okay, let's try the next exercise. We're starting again with the P, the thumb, on the third string. I will give us 3. 1, 2, go. Okay, and the third one. Okay, so as we continue, I would like to go through a series of exercises. The next one I would like to play as a straight exercise in 4/4 time, and then the next exercise was written in 3/4 time. So let's take a look at the first one. I will continue through each line slowly without stopping. So just look on. And now we're going to include the A finger. So now if the A finger is included, it will be sitting on the E string, the bottom string of the guitar. And now we're in full position. So the thumb if we're in first full position on the bottom 3 strings, the thumb can sit either on the D string or the A string, still keeping your hand stabilized as we play the fingers. Okay, so let's begin. I'll give us 4/4 time, and now we're going to start with the A finger. Okay, I'll give us 4. 1, 2, ready, go. as I'm playing through these exercises of the open strings, you can, of course, play them as many times as you need to. If you need to slow down, you can as well. The whole purpose of these exercises is you're reading notes on the guitar, and we're starting to learn the names of the strings and what they look like on paper in musical notation. So let's take a look at the next exercise. It's in 3/4 time, 3 beats per bar, and we're still reading quarter notes. And we'll begin on the A string, the A finger on the first string as well. Now we're in 3. Remember to keep your thumb on the adjacent bass strings to keep this nice right hand position going and a nice curvature for your free stroke. I will give us a count of 3 and we will begin. 1, 2, go. So as we continue, now we would like to start adding the left hand. So on our next segment video, we'll start learning the 3 notes on the E string, the E, the F, and the G, and then we'll start to go ahead and using both hands for the exercises. Thank you.